So welcome back YouTube. We are cracking on today with a bathroom second fix. We've already done the first fix, done a video on that. Today we are back doing the second fix. So yeah, this is the bathroom in question. We've panelled it all, got the first fix plumbing all in, just down here. Shower's already been done, that's got to be second fixed. So today we're going to be looking at fitting the radiator. I have recorded that so I can include that in the episode. Fitting the sliding door, it's going to be a glass sliding door in there. Fitting the basin, fitting the toilet. So it's a complete second fix of a bathroom. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the radiator. So we're going to second fix the radiator, get that fitted, and then we can move on to some of the other stuff. So we're just looking at, I suppose, the first and second fix of the radiator. I'm just going to do it all in one. So it's a nice black radiator going in. All I've done is offered that up to the wall, held it against the wall, marked my top line, then measured between here, which is where I'm going to put the first one and the second but last one on there. Measured it, line down, and it's just 4 holes then. We're using bull fixings. These are strings that I found on plasterboard walls, so yeah. I'm going to put that in. I've just got the system on and drained in. I can't find the radiator valves though. There should be some black radiator valves, but also I have bent 2 bits of pipe. So I've just fed that underneath there. I'm moving the radiator over by 50mm. Just get it off the wall now. Just marks. Probably don't know if you can see it. I've marked there. Because what I'm hoping to do is just quickly press a couple of instead of draining the entire system. I have let the pressure off, but I just don't want to drain the whole system if I can help it. Normally press will let you do that. And that is one of the advantages of having press. Yeah, you can just and do it quickly. Even if you got a snatch, you can get it on, get your jaws on. Yeah, it'll be fine. There won't be no pressure under it. So yeah, let's get these ball fixings on. So the ball fix I'll show you on the bottom also. 20mm spade bit. I'm going to put a hole through there. Just like that. And you got a collar. Pop that in. It should just push in with your fingers, but you can use a hammer if you have to. Oh, that's nice and tight. Then you got your fish. I like to call this fish because when he's closed, looks like a little fish, don't we? So you put your fish in that way, just like that. You probably will need a hammer for this. Hold on, give him a gentle tap. To get him in, and what's happened now, it's opened up behind the plasterboard like that. I do like these plasterboard fixings, I do. I use them when I've got hollow walls. So yeah, that's the ball fixing. Just going to do that a few more times now. So got one to put there and 2 at the top. The disadvantage with ball fixes, you've got to be precise. If that's off now, I'm screwed. Look, I am not getting another one in, so these have got to be bang on the book. Now we've got our hole with the ball fix, we can just screw that in. That's nice and solid. And just put all the others in. Your holes, make sure you can get to them afterwards. I normally like to put these on the bottom, but I don't think I'll get into it after. We'll put it on the bottom. We're going to swing that round and put it on the bottom. So fixing them all on the wall now. What we're going to do is put the brackets on the radiator, just loosely though, you don't want them too tight. So we went the second one up, so we're just going to put 2 of these in the second one up. Just give them a tighten, a little bit of a tighten. You want it so they can move, just so you can get them into the bracket once you've got it in your hands and on the wall. We've already done the top, we're just literally finishing off the bottom. Then this is ready to go on. Just notch that there, it's plaster, it ain't marked. You get plaster everywhere when you're doing a bathroom. Right, ready to go on the wall now. So I've got roughly where I want them on the brackets, put that one in there, move that one across, in there, and we can get down to the bottom, should line up. Put the pipe in there, yeah. So I'd slightly adjust the bottom ones up a bit, but they do have movement on it. So I just pushed it on, screwed them screws around the back. Not what you can't see, but it's just there. Screw that in, and oh yeah, put the caps on, but you just screw that tight, and that's that on. Now, moving on to the valves, you can see I've got a bit of bent pipe. Just going to fish through this hole here, so we can connect onto the valve there. So that's going to go on like that. Then underneath here, if we look underneath, yeah, I've already marked the pipe where I want to cut it, but I've got to clean that pipe now and remark it. So we're going to cut and press that live. Not full of pressure, but it ain't been drained down. So I haven't gone round, bled the rads, nothing like that. Literally, it's just going to be, it might have some water coming out of the pipe. So let's clean the pipe, cut it, and yeah, press that on. That'll be one side done. Then we're going to do exactly the same the other side. Alright, so feeding the pipe down, managed to get my camera underneath the floorboard, so you'll be able to see what's going on. I'm literally just trying to get the valve in with the pipe at the moment, which ain't going too well. Hold on. There we go. Right, we are on there, ready. Let's cut and go. Hopefully, I don't drench my camera, because that would be an absolute disaster. Remember, don't panic. Don't panic if there is water coming out. It's only going to be a bit. I think we're good. Just a bit of water coming out, but we're alright. So now I need to feed this into the radiator valve, which is off camera, and then get it into there somewhere. Hold on. Right, that is in there. However, I want to check that it is in. Oh, this is so awkward. Yeah. So that's fully in like that. That's where we want it. I've just got to get my jaws in now onto that. Is that going all the way? Yeah, that's all the way. There we go, that's pressed on. Lovely. Yeah, I didn't need a full drain down, and I was up here struggling to get this in, but that's all on now, that's on. I can cut this old pipe out the way and just rinse and repeat for that side, and that'll be the radiator all in, which it took too long, to be fair. Really, with your valves, you can point them in and out. Obviously they're going to point in on this one, because if I pointed it out, you'd be kicking it there and it wouldn't fit there. So I'm pointing in. I mean, if you stick them outwards with a TRV, you're a psychopath. So, but yeah, let's get this other side done, and that's the heating all done. I can fill it all back up then. So this one's going to be a little bit more awkward now, because I think I'm going to have to get the angle jaws in. I've opened the valve, no water come out. So the other one, minimal water come out, so let's see if we get on with this one. Get that out of the way. You know what, I clean the pipe. I don't know how much it actually matters with press whether you clean the pipe or not. I don't know. I always do anyway. Just in case there's any impurities on there or something to stop the oven going on. Right, that's the one. Marked off. Oh no, me nothing me olive come off. Not olive valve. And let's put you on. You're going the right way. There we go, that's on. Now, angle jaws. I've said this loads on this channel, if you press in, you've got to get angle jaws. 1,000,000%. Because there's going to be gaps like this you cannot get into. But the angle jaws will. Let's angle them a bit better. There we go. All more fingers and thumbs. Down to that. Just popped out the valve. Hold on. There we go. This is really hard to get onto. Oh my god. I'm leaning. Right. Actually, my Donny's watering the jaws. I might have lost one. There we go. That's both of them done without draining the entire system down. That will push back, and that is lovely and straight. Hold on, if I tilt you the way, there you go. That's the valve all done. Beautiful. Tighten that up, fill the system back up, rad all done. So there we go. Radiator, all second fixed. You can see we started on the shower accessories. That's just going to be right as well. You'll see what that is in a bit. It just literally screwed into the wall because we've already got the first fixed point up in here. Let me just show you. So yeah, there's going to be an overhead that comes out there. So yeah, what we're going to do first, we're going to get the sliding door in, the glass sliding door, which is always a nervous one for me. Because I've done one of these in the past and it exploded. Like, if you've ever had a glass sliding door exploding out, it is horrible. It just goes everywhere. You're just standing there holding onto a frame like, what the hell just happened? It's like a bomb going off. So I always get a bit nervous when I'm doing these, but there's two of us. Always recommend 2 people if you're doing these. You can do them on the one if you want, but if you can get another pair of hands, it'll always help you out. So open up the sliding doors, there you go. That's what the contents comes like. There is instructions in here somewhere, but they might as well be written in Chinese half the time. So you want a good working area. We're pretty lucky because the customer's having the bedroom done. We've got plenty of space to open it all up and put it all together where we want to. So let's get it all unpacked first. So while Chris gets that out, here's the assembly guide for this door. That's normally something that you get like that, like an exploded view. This ain't too bad, to be fair. I've seen a lot worse than this, but that's the only guide that you get to put the screws in. We'll move on to all this later. That's normally the fixings they give you to fix it to the wall. What I'd recommend, right, is get them and just lob them over there. Don't use them. Get some decent screws in. We've got all the rollers here. Keep them to one side. Get a little tray as well, which is in a dustpan. Be alright. Caps, everything. So yeah, let's get it unpacked. First thing we're looking for is the upstands to place on the shower. So the upstands are going to go there and there. So what we're doing at the moment is, you can see the box is all gone. We moved the screen, the door out of the way, and we're just unpacking the glass. Because you've got to knock the frame together, so the frame's got to go together and you've got to try and get it in as one. That's the awkward part with sliding doors, is trying to get it in as one. So we're just getting everything unpacked, getting everything laid out so we know where we're going, and we've got plenty of room. And I should be helping, not talking to the camera. So what we're doing now is attaching the frame together. So you got to get 2 screws in the top. This is what I said, it's better with 2 people than 1. So we've got 1 screw in, I'm just going to put the other one in. Now, it doesn't matter at this point, on this one, whether you do this way or another way, you can flip it upside down. So if it was we're going for a left-hand opener, so this is going to be on the right, but obviously if you wanted the opposite way, you just turn this upside down once you're done. That's it. So Chris is going to jump up here. I'm going to slightly lift it off the floor and he's just going to screw it in. I'll get the camera in a minute and I'll show you where we put in the screws. It basically just screws together. That's it. It's just fiddly and the screws can be a little bit tight. So I said 2 people is always better than 1 when you're doing these. I know Chris does these on his own, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. I've done these on my own as well. It can be done, but it's not really easy. It is very awkward, yeah. So all I'm doing is just bracing it off the floor just so we aren't putting pressure on the corner of the glass.
That's where it smashes.
That's normally when it breaks. It's the corners. If you catch the corner, it'll go instantly. Chris said earlier he was trying to break one in skip before throwing the hammer at it. It just bouncing off him. But honestly, you can just catch the corner of these and it'll just explode. There we go. That's 2 screws in the top there. I'll show you in a minute where they've gone. So it's all together now. Top one's done. The top is the same as the bottom, but I'll try and show you what we're trying to get into. Can you see the screw in there? Top and bottom. Now it does matter which way around these go. So this is going to be your face. So make sure you get them both the same. You can see just here where your shower door's going to hit. So yeah, that is that all put together. I got a little excited. I forgot you've got to put both sides on. Yeah, both sides on. So I'll screw at the bottom, screw at the top. Again, exactly the same as that side. But like I said, this one that we've got is universal. So we want a left hand, so it's all set up for a left hand. But if you flip that over, you'd have the opening this side, it'll be a right hand. All depends on what your instructions say. So I have fitted them in the past, and there's two lots of instructions. One if it's a left hand opener, and another one if it's a right hand opener. So always check the instructions. But this one, it just says knock the frame up, and you can flip it to whatever side you want. So we're just going to clean up the shower area that we're going to be fitting it to now. Just got a bit of spray, clean it down. So you want a nice clean surface before we put it on. Then we can get the rails up, and we can get the glass in here. Got one of the rails in. We are lining it up with our bead here. In the instructions it says about 10mm off the side here, so about 10mm. You can mark it. So what we're going to do now is just mark in the holes there. But before we do that, one level. Right, if you hold that.
Turn the bottom.
Yeah. There we go. So, yeah, there you go. I'm just going to mark inside the holes, which I can't see. Just make sure it's still straight. Still straight?
Yeah.
Okay. And mark the bottom hole as well. I'm just going to put a speed level up between the two now. Unless you can hold that dead straight.
Hang on. Yeah, we got it. There's one more.
No, it's three fixings. Yeah. There we go.
So,
Don't forget that off. Don't use a pencil.
Do an X on it. That's it.
There we go. There.
Oh my God. There, look, see.
There we go. That one's a good one.
Cloggers.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll have to line it up to find out.
Somewhere here. There, see. There we go.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to drill and plug them now. So I'd recommend one of these, to be honest with you. Try a true shot. The only problem is it's run out. It run out yesterday, so I've ordered some refill canisters, but that'll shoot a green chalk out, which is a lot easier to see. So we just got to do the same now on this side. Now we've got the track out of the way, we've got our holes. Just going to pilot that because on the first fix we put a big piece of wood behind here, so it'll screw straight into that on this side. This side it's masonry, so we've got to drill and plug them holes. So,
and you have to put a silicone there.
Yeah, when the track goes in, you want a bit of silicone down here. So just going to pilot them holes, then we can get some fixings in. Just there, mate. See?
The shadows on it.
So we're going to secure the sliding door, where the sliding door closes first, because you won't get to the screws after. On the back of the track, we always put silicone. And some people say don't put silicone because it'd be hard to get off after. But it forms part of the seal and it helps secure it. So you just want a thin bead like that. That is it. I've got it.
And then also a little bit where the track meets the bottom. You won't be able to silicone it after, obviously.
So we am using white silicone around the edge of the tray, so that'll blend in nicely. There you go.
Screws now.
What do you want?
Screws and a cordless.
Screws and the cordless. Let's go. You want the cordless? There you go.
That long bit I don't knock before.
No. I can turn it into a little stumpy.
I won't get to. Give me a bit.
So, that normally is quite a long one. Like that. But what can happen is, right, when you put the screw in, because you like that and it's quite a long bit, you can slip. Plastic panels, what do you think is going to happen? Straight through it. So I'm going to take my long extension out. That's what I just said to him, put it in like that. Little stump. He's going to get a shorter one. I got it in my box, so yeah. Don't use a long extension, use a short one. Nice and tight. Feel useless just standing there. Do you want to screw? Oh, he's got a screw. Hold on. There you go. Because we put the wood there, that is a nice solid fixing there. On there. Look in there, get that out. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. So it says in the instructions, put one track in, then your other track goes in once you get the glass in.
We've already pre-piloted that, so it's just...
Yeah, just got to drill and plug it. Okay. So let's get that done. So all them have been drilled now, just tapping the ball plugs straight through into the brick. And that's ready now for us to get the glass in. We've just got to put a bit of silicone straight down there. So when we put it in, it's got the silicone down the back of it and a bit at the bottom. So I've just cleaned all the dust up. Again, just put a bit of silicone at the bottom there when the track goes down. You want to guide this in?
Let me just get everyone a bit sort of close. No, wait.
Okay, I'm waiting. Okay.
Okay. There you go.
Okay.
You can slide it down off the load. Oh, inside it's good, inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
This feels really tight, you know.
I know. It can go in quite a bit here. Going in. Slowly going in. Slowly going in. There we go. 1 minute here.
Lovely.
Okay.
Okay, screws. Well, you can actually push the whole thing back then.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Take this back a bit. Push the track, hang on. The track itself can get. That's it.
Right.
I'll screw this up first.
Screws in there.
Just keep it on this side. Well,
Just let it smash my finger instead of smashing into the plastic. There you go.
Fingers, you've got 10.
Hey.
Beautiful, mate.
There you go.
That's
Lovely.
Sexual.
Just clean that off. There you go. You can see the frame's all in there. I'll show you what it looks like from the inside. So then the screws we're putting in, top, middle, bottom. And what we've got to do now is I'm just going to pull down on this part, and Chris has got like a metal drill bit. You've got to drill into here to secure it. So I'll pull that down.
Right?
Yeah. That's it. Don't go all the way through. Don't go all the way through. So what you're doing now is screwing the two metal frames together, basically. That's basically what we're doing. I've got to keep hold of this, because if I move, then the screw hole ain't going to line up, is it? You don't want to do that, did you?
Fingers out.
Fingers and thumbs. I don't like that big zim vibrating the hell out of it, are you? There. Top, middle, bottom, both sides, and that'll be secured in. Then the last thing to put on is your door.
That's the bit, mate, for them.
3 mil.
That's good, eh?
Make sure that goes back in my box in that 3 mil bit. So if you're unlucky, you'll get tracks to fit, which we've got. If you're lucky, you'll get caps to fit. Caps are easier than tracks. This one don't look too bad, but basically what it's going to do now is hide all them screws that we've just put in. So let's have a look. So there's the track. It just goes in to the corner.
Well, that was pretty easy.
It just snaps in.
Lovely. Well, imagine trying to get that out.
You are going to get, well, you could grab it from the top, I suppose.
I suppose.
Happy with that?
Okay.
So if I show you this side, there you go, there's a groove there, and it'll just cover all the screw holes that you've just made. So them are the ones that secure it, just there, that you just seen us doing. Them are the side ones there. Chris is just going to unpack that one, and I'll show you the groove. So there you go, there's a groove. You just put that into them clips, and when you're finished, both sides will look like that. So invisible screws. It looks better than caps, it's just a little bit more tricky to fit. But these one actually, you know what? We've had some of these have been a nightmare.
Like it?
There we go. Track's all done.
Just the doors now, right?
Just the door. I mean, that's the important part because it keeps everything in there. Out here drying, in there wet. So let's have a look at the door. So looking at fitting the tracks, you'll have two different types. Two that don't move. These go on the top. And two, they've got like a spring in them. I'll show you that. Then we'll go on the bottom. So you hook it on the top and you press these down and it'll come back up and lock at the glass screening. So that's two for the bottom and that's the two for the top. So a good tip when you're doing these, put your handle on first so you know what's outside and what's inside, because then you know which way to put your roller. So the roller's going to go on the same side as your handle. Put that one on, so that goes around the back, that's your top bit, then that goes around the front. So you can see I've just got it on there. I'm just going to get my screwdriver around the back and tighten it on and just pull together. Some come with caps, some don't. That's it. So them are fixed. The top ones are fixed. It's the bottom ones they've got the spring to get the door in. There we go. Right, just going to put the glass in there. So the rollers them all on. Alright, it's the awkward part. This is hate doing this part.
Just stab the wall.
Yeah, don't stab the walls. Don't touch the corner. Don't touch the glass like that. That's what really gets to me. Is like you can catch the corner of the glass. It really does. So what you got to do now is press the buttons at the bottom, which you are going to see on camera. You just press the buttons and it'll go. It will go underneath the rail, and just like that, we can let Chris out. Get out.
Just right here for the level of the door. Yeah.
We'll have a look at that now. Once we've got the magnetic strip on, we can see how it closes and that. But yeah, sliding door all on. So we're just putting the seals on. So one goes on the inside, one goes on the outside. So you'll have a flappy bit. You want to aim that for there, and vice versa. And you want to line it up first time. Other than that, you have to take it off like Chris has just had to. So I normally start at the top and then work my way down. You can trim these down. Sometimes they just come universal. So yeah, there we go. So we just put the seals on. I'm just going to shut it, see how it shuts. Shouldn't be any gaps. That's all. There you go. But there is adjustments just underneath here. They'll bring it up and down as you screw it in and out. So the screw underneath there, you can bring it up and down. There is caps, black caps that we just put on here. Yeah. And there will be one magnetic strip that you just put on there. And there you go. That's a sliding door, all done. And that is the shower enclosure all done.
Beautiful.
Right, so moving on to the shower, you can see there was I've took the plastic cover off. There's 4 screws, and now what I can do is just cut that plastic bit off, nice and flush on the wall, and then the wall plate will go on. Before we put the wall plate on now, what we'll do is silicone around here, silicone all around here, just so any moisture can't get in the back of there, so that'll be nice and sealed then. So we just sealed up all behind there now, and thank you Chris, put a bit of silicone spray just around these O-ring seals because that'll seal it, and no water is getting behind there then, is it? So putting the knobs on, nice and simple, underneath this rubber seal here, which I don't want to turn this, I really don't, because I will end up getting wet. So there we go. There's a little Allen key, you just put it on and tighten it up, that's it. Then we just get this back in without turning it on, there we go. And this one, you've got to make sure and then you get the temperature. Right, because this little knob here, see I can't turn it. If I press that down, now I can turn it. So I can anti-scalding device. If I pull it back, it'll click on. So make sure you get that right. Now I'll put the rubber thing at the top here because it lines up with that one. Wow, looks nice. Allen key, leave that with the customer. If them come loose, they've got it then to tighten it up. If them a bit DIY handy. But there we go. That is a shower. Second fixed for the plate. That one's in. It's got the rail and the overhead to put in. But I'm going to let Chris get in there and see if I can do the rest. So, the unit is all in. Nothing hard and fast. I've just extended the pipe that we had there. Put some clips on. Pipes and all there ready. And we screwed it back to the wall. See a little peephole there? We've left it just in case in the future you ever have to get underneath that waste. Now I know it'll be a bit of a pain. I've had worse access than that, but yeah. That's why I've done it. 2 screws back to the wall. Handles them on. Always put your handles on because you put your sink on and think, cool, I'll put no more. So to put the sink in, silicone bead around there, and then bob it on top. And that'll be the sink done. I can connect up the hot and cold and sort out the waste. So next up, let's take a look at dressing the basin. So we've got a tap and we've got all the accessories, which is totally out of arm's reach. Brilliant. Right. Oh, I nearly forgot it. I always forget that. That's the collar. It's got to go on there. Before we put, collar on. Then we're just going to put the holes in. When you put the holes in, do not over tighten them. You don't need them over tight. You only need them hand tight. I'll just tighten them up then. Yeah, squeeze. There you go. That's it. That's all you need. Don't get a spanner on them. Don't get a pair of grips. You'll just split the O-ring and cry. Don't hit the basin either, like I just did. Alright, there we go. Then you got your 2 bolts. You see one side's short, then it's got like the plain bit. That short bit goes into your tap there. Just like that on both sides. And then we've got the horseshoe with the washer. So this can actually go through now. You can do this afterwards if you want, but it'll be a bit more challenging. So put that on. Don't let your tap go because it will crack into the basin. And then 2 bolts that you just put on. I'm just putting the washer and the horseshoe over. In between the hoses. Then we've got 2 bolts. Then we've just got to tighten them on without dropping it. Without dropping it, I said. There we go. Then you just tighten these bolts up. And that's it, that's your tap in. The waste, I'll probably do when I get in there, to be honest with you. You can do it now if you want, but just a bit, I don't know, I find it easy when you seem to do it. I've done it before where it's out, but today I'm doing it when it's in. I like a challenge. There we go. Now you just get your span underneath there now, or your socket set, whatever you want. Tighten it up, and that's the tap on. And we're just second fixing the basin to the wall. Then this can go on top. Just put silicone all the way around the edge and it'll just bed the sink down. Don't need to get crazy, I really don't. Because don't forget you're going to seal around the basin in a bit anyway, are you? Went off a bit then, because I was trying to look at the camera. There we go. And there, that's ready for the sink to go down. I'm just going to put a small bead across the back. Very small. Here comes our basin, sink, whatever you want to call it. Midland is called a sink. The upstairs sink, bathroom sink, whatever you want to call it. Plonk it on. There we go. Sorted. There you go. Basin is all in. Ooh. I don't think I'm going to get the curl on that, you know. Will I loop it? You can loop now. I just felt that now. That one I think I'll be alright. Yeah, that one will be alright. Okay. Well, this one. Oh my god, this is the stupidest tray Basin. I only gotta get in there to get the bloody waste on as well, for God's sake. Oh, this is gonna be fun. So we sorted out the water, just lowered them. I did have to replace clips, so snapped them, getting them off. Now, the waste, this is a slotted one because we've got an outflow. Just going to plumb that through. Now, for the actual connection onto here, this is called the Basin, mate. Don't need that part, but this is the part that I want. That washer is miles thicker than anything you'll get with them. It's the Basin, mate. You can get them from Mars Space, so I've got that from City Plumbing. So what you do is put that on, you see how it's coned and ribbed. It will seal without having to use silicone. You can use silicone if you want, like how are you going to judge? How are you, Dad? They'll tell you what to do, but that's what I use. These can be a little bit tight to get on. Can be. Normally, I'll just have a wrestle about with them and the play ball. Right, next up you want your collar and then you want your nut. So I am going to use the one that come with it because it's metal. Nice black metal one to match everything. And you just got to tighten that up. Which can be a little bit tough, I ain't gonna lie, because you got to compress that washer, but by the time it's done it'll be a really good seal. So that's all tightened up now. You can see how much it's compressed up and the angle of it. That'll be sound. I did take a click clacker out just to hold it, so pop you back in. Coming along now, are you? Right, let's get this waste sorted. So we're just doing the trap now. I'm just gonna take this out for now because I have already marked and cut the pipe. I've just got to get it into place. I'm using soft molds. It's a bit better. It's better than pushy. I'm just going to say it's better than pushy. First I'll just going to put some in the fitting, and if I can put some around the pipe. It's a bit tight. There we go. Put some around this pipe, just a bit. Solvent weld, it just basically burns the pipe and glues it together. That's the way it works. So I'll put you onto there. You onto there, I'll work quicker. There we go. Tighten that on. And that should be the waste all done. Just make sure that's in there. Yeah. Give him a tighten. Bottom not a tighten. I think we're ready for testing. So once I know if it's okay, I'll clean all the pipe off. Then put the clips in. And yeah, should be the basin all done. Alright, I'll know if we've got any leaks because we'll have a wet patch here in a minute. Water's all back on. Okay, looking good. Fill that up to the outflow. Test it. Basin done, apart from sealing around the back, and that's it. That didn't take too long at all, to be honest with you. Really didn't. Just put the handrail on for the shower. It's going to be a hose connected to that. This was simple as anything, so 2 screws there, 2 screws up here, and just slides in. Don't forget to put that on. Then you got your cover here, put that on. It should all go the right way. That's it. Plug it up there. Yeah. There you go. That's it all on nice and sturdy because we've got that wood in there on our first fix. Then just the hose and the head. So we put all that rail up now and put the overhead in. Hey, you probably tell that ain't the wall plate that I put on the first fix. It's because last time I did one of these, I put the wall plate exactly where I put this one, and this went in perfect. But I think they've changed the thread, so if you're ever a bit short, that is a radiator extension, 20mm. I just bought it straight where I want it. There you go, just put it in, seal it up. I've just bought it out a little bit now, so you can get them in 20, 30, 40mm extensions. So if you ever put your back plate in the wrong place, don't fear, just bang one of them in, you'll be absolutely sound. So yeah, just going to screw that in now. So just screw that into wall, back plate on. There you go, put the shower head on there. I'd say that's the shower, second fixed and done. So second fixing, we're moving on to the toilet. Now this one, they just come with a big bag of bits. So what we've got to do is called dressing the toilet. It's got plastic bolts, so a lot of plastic bolts. I'll probably put my arm bolts in. So siphon, nice and easy. I'm just going to bonk that straight through. Find the hole, get it, and it'll pop out. This side, washer, big nut, and then we can tighten that on. Now, the good thing about it is there's two holes, one here and one here. We can choose whichever side we want that the fill valve goes onto. Okay, that's the one that comes with it. I don't know what make that is. Anyway, we will plonk it in. So looking at it, let me just spin it round so I can. We want it this side because that's where our inlet is. So all I'm going to do is get that, put it through the hole again. I'm having trouble finding these holes, you know. Now it's just a nut and a washer again. We can get that on. Tighten it up. Now, the easiest thing to do, instead of doing what I've just done, is probably put your bolts in first. I don't like plastic ones. I really don't. I'm probably going to get some metal ones because, yeah, they ain't the best. What else have we got in here? We've got a donut washer. The instructions are easy. You don't need them because you just see me do it. And, oh, more importantly, we've got a cap. So that's going to go on that side, and the flush button. So the cap is exactly the same as your fill valve. You just spin that off, push it through the hole, which you can still get to, and tighten it up. So all we've got to do now is tighten them nuts up, and that's the toilet dress. Tighten, tighten, tighten. Get some metal bolts through. How long that took me? 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So hey, it don't take you long to dress the toilet, it really does. Then obviously that goes on there, your donut washer. Then we're going to bolt that onto the toilet. So the toilet, you can see now I've got some brass bolts through, so they're pretty self-explanatory. So let me actually take it out and show you. So that goes through first. We've got a rubber washer on there with the bolt. That's going to go through. If I can find the hole. I've got to find the holes in plumbing, haven't I? There we go, that's through. And the one I've got's got another washer that you got to push through, which is really tight. Oh, stick your tongue out, Luke. There we go. Right, and then you got a washer, and you got a nut. These are ones I like, washers and nuts. So you got to then is tighten that on. They just seal better. They really do seal better. Just tighten that on. Big long flathead or posi. Oh, I've got a posi drive. Stick that on your screw. I'm just holding on to the nut now. Tighten it up, and when I can't hold on anymore, I've got my spanner ready. So what I'll do now, stick my spanner on, carry on tightening until them washers squish together. Give me a nice seal. There we go. Oh, that's lovely. Lovely. So there you go, some nice brass on there. I've got a washer and some wing nuts ready for underneath. Right, I know you're looking at the back of a toilet, but I am coming. Here's the system. So you can see I've got the donut washer on. I'm just going to feed it through the holes. Then we've got nuts and bolts. well, washer and bolt goes underneath there. Should be easier if I just pull the toilet out, but basically you get the gist now. Bolt it down and you move away. So when you tighten them up, what you want to do is just push down on top and evenly tighten them left and right side. You don't want to just tighten the one side without doing the other. I have found most of the time finger tights down, but we'll give them a bit of a nip up. It's so hard to get into. You can actually get like a proper adapter. I've got one somewhere. I don't know what it is. So for now, I'll just struggle, shall I? Oh, why not? Let's see. Okay. Probably making this look way harder than what it is. Come on. Okay. That's pretty tight. I've just noticed something about this toilet though. It's not fixing those. There's no way for me to fix a toilet to the wall. So once it's on, it's basically on. Normally you get 2 holes in the cistern. Nothing. Strange one. Anyway, let's get in that position and we can start marking up where we need to put the fixing points. So the toilet's all in place. What I've done is I've just marked on the floor where I'm going to have my fixings. Probably going to change the flexi for one with a built-in isolation valve maybe. Or move the isolation valve, I don't know. Also, I've got the toilet in the centre, but the salt pipe's slightly off, so I'm probably going to have to use a flexi on the back of there just to make up for that kick. But yeah, I think what I'll do is pick this up tomorrow morning, because what time is it? 4:15, yeah. So pick this up in the morning, I can finish off fitting the toilet. So we're going to finish off the toilet now. You can see the cold connection. I've just cut that down because it was too long. Got that out of the way. And I've just got a pan connector. It'll just move where I need it to now because it ain't exactly in line. I didn't know the Plumber stuff from City Plumbing, made by Viva. There you go. Never knew that. Got out of the packing, they had a Viva on. I was like, what? I thought it was Plumber. Viva must make stuff for himself. Got a connection onto there now, ready to go on my isolator. What I need to do now is put the fixings in the floor. So what I need to do is measure the thickness of this, but it's solid. God's sake. Okay, so what you do is measure the thickness of the ceramic, then obviously move it over to put your fixings in. If you don't get it right, you won't get your toilet back. Now, if you've already put your toilet together, right, just get your screw. Because that's the screw. Is it? Hold on. No. That's the screw that's going to go into this L bracket here. Alright. So it'll probably go into there. So I'll put it there. It'll reach from there. I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. And mark it up. Just get that in line where I want it. Put the screw on the floor. There we go. I know I'm definitely getting that now, don't I? So, yeah, if you don't want to get underneath and move the toilet again, that's an easy way on how to figure out where you should put them brackets. Alright, don't go too crazy. I'm pretty sure there's no pipework underneath here. We'll soon find out, won't we? That's worst case scenario, right? So, got that one in there, and I'm just going to go straight through the plastic with another one. Oh, solid. That ain't going anywhere. Right, I'm going to get the toilet in there, so if the microphone goes muffled, it's because I'm hugging the toilet. So, let's move it in position. Over them clips. I'm just going to get the flexi on. It's always fun, boss. There we go. Love hugging the toilet, but yeah, toilet all in, nice straight, water's connected. I've just tightened onto the ISO. Pan connector's in. Pretty sure that's ready to fill up now. Nearly forgot about these now. Gotta scoot it to the floor. Just line it up first. There we go. Just do the other side. There's a wobble on here. I'm supposed to do. There's no fixing else. I'm going to have to put a little bit of silicone down the back over just to hold it in place. So if you ever have to take it apart, just cut the silicone. That's the only thing I can do. Well, the water's back on and I didn't get wet. Fill this up and give it a test now. Alright, there we go. Bathroom is all done, toilet's all sorted. I just have to put the flush button on, connect that, silicone down the back of there, just to seal it all up. But yeah, toilet, I've checked all that. There's no leaks behind there, new basin's all in, radiator's all in, and of course the shower. Looking very nice. So I like this idea where you can walk into the shower and turn it on, not get wet or get cold or anything. I've got exactly the same setup in my house and it's brilliant. So yeah, really happy with how this one's turned out. It looks nice and fresh. Just a shame the floor again, because it would have, you know, completely transformed it. But yeah, that's another bathroom all done. Now I've said this a million times on this channel, I don't do bathrooms. I don't. But when they get to this stage where they're all complete and all done, yeah, it's a nice feeling. You can look back and the room is just completely transformed. It's what the customer wanted, and yeah, I'm very happy with how this one's turned out. So yeah, that's another one all done. Thank you very much for watching. I say if you're watching this second part, there is a first part. It's a complete bathroom refurb, so I've got two parts to this. To everyone that watches the videos to the end, the first part of this, second part of this, really, honestly, I really appreciate your support. You watching the videos, your comments, your support. Honestly, it means a lot. So thank you. You know who you are. Yeah, hopefully you've learned something. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. I'll see you all on the next one.